Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, then you know what time it is. You're tuned in to another episode of Marking Out Amongst Friends, the podcast. It's your boy, Jay Riddy, in the building. And if I'm in here, you know I ain't never in here alone. Of course, with me, I got the first lady of podcasts, okay? The master of swerves and curves, okay? The brainchild behind Trash Talk Tuesday, all right? And the resident expert on the show, Lady Great One.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all feeling tonight?
Good. Real good.
All right. And if you hear that other voice in the background, then you also know with us we got the writer, rapper, producer extraordinaire, the rapper and performer of our theme song, Mr. Hot Tag himself, Chill P, is in the building.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Glad to be back. Glad to be back with you guys as always. With the fam, Mr. Hot Tag himself.
Damn straight, man. It's been a while since I've talked to both of y'all, man. It's been at least 2 weeks since I last spoke to Lady Great One. You know, last week we elected not to do a podcast. It was the 4th of July. Everybody had time off. They were spending time with their families and whatnot. And, you know, we value family. So all those who are listening out here, we hope you guys had a great 4th of July holiday as well. I know I did. I got on the grill a little bit, drank a little bit. Can't ask for much from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As for the show tonight, we don't got much for you. Extreme Rules is coming up. It seems like there's a pay-per-view like every 2 weeks now. So because Extreme Rules is coming up, we know we're going to give you our predictions on that. Also, Roman Reigns comes away winning the first ever WWE Best WWE Moment Espys at the Espys this year. So we're going to give our thoughts on that. Very controversial topic in the Game Runners earlier tonight. But before we do any of that, before we get into any of these topics, y'all know what time it is. It's time to hit our damn music.
Marking out.
He was marking out, man.
450 off the top with the top splash. Leader of the new school, ain't no way to stop us. Mark it out, screaming loud, tell me who you with. Competition is none, cause we lunatics. Walk with me down these roads if you're all in. I love the feeling, baby, time to go to work again. Come together like a fist and we do it proud. Light it up and burn it down, cause we marking out.
He was marking out, man.
And cut. All right, that's it. That's it for the show. Y'all can go home now. That's all we needed. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. Okay. So, Roman Reigns. Oh, go ahead.
It's okay. I was just gonna say, we have this very, very, very interesting debate. I hate to cut you off and just kind of jump into it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. It's Trash Talk Thursday, or Talk About It Thursday. And this week, I'm not gonna trash it. I'm gonna talk about it. The ESPYs, which is a fan-voted sports award show that happens every year. The WWE has gotten their first category. This year, they had 4 nominations for Best WWE Moment, in which the nominees were Ronda Rousey winning her first championship at SummerSlam, Becky Lynch winning both the Raw and SmackDown titles at WrestleMania, Kofi Kingston winning his first ever WWE Championship at WrestleMania, or Roman Reigns coming back from his battle with leukemia after just 4 months. Now, we had some great nominees here for this topic. However, the winner was Roman Reigns coming back after only 4 months after his battle with leukemia. In the sports world, I'm going to go ahead and just say my piece here. In the sports world, we all know that there's a lot of things that are scripted in WWE. We know that at the drop of a pencil, a push of a pen, that they can just pencil in whomever they want to win the match. And then we just go like that as follows. The one thing that you cannot script is an illness. Nobody knows when that illness will happen. Nobody knows how to predict it. Nobody knows how long it's going to take that person to recover from said illness, if they recover at all. There was a big debate in our Facebook group, the Game Runners, about that should not have been the best WWE moment. The best WWE moment should have been either the historic women actually headlining WrestleMania or Kofi Kingston being the first fully African-American, because he's from Ghana, West Africa. So I got to say that first. The African-American person to win the WWE Championship. Now, I disagree. I think the right person won. Yes, I did get my votes in, and yes, I did vote for Kofi a couple times, but I also voted for Roman a couple of times as well, because I felt like both needed to be celebrated, and for different reasons. So it was a real hot button issue with people talking about, well, that shouldn't have been the best WWE moment. How do you fellas feel about it?
Well, I look at it like this. This being the first year, WWE having a category on the Espys, and it being, fan voted, and a lot of people. This is an opportunity for. This is basically a showcase for people outside of the normal wrestling, quote unquote, wrestling environment to really see what's going on. So I actually agreed with the with Roman winning for the simple fact that you have to take it, or I thought about it this way, taking in the account of not just wrestling fans, but people or normal or what's the word that I'm looking for? Regular wrestler fans, routine wrestling fans, to the new viewer, to the new viewer, or to the sports fan who's watching this, who is just coming into wrestling, knowing about, SmackDown coming to Fox and then pushing more sports oriented show, that this will be a moment for them, because it is real. That is a real moment to them. We're going to think more of a regular wrestling for casual wrestling fan is probably going to think, oh, we're going to look at Kofi or the women like that, because we're indebted and we're in depth. We know what's going on in that wrestling world. I feel like the newer fan, or the one who's not more of a sports fan who but wanted to vote, is going to vote for that, because that's more of a realistic moment for them, because they are more of a sports fan who, like you said, wrestling is at the push of a pen, can decide the outcome. So I was pretty cool with Roman winning. I predicted that for that reason, because it is the first year. Now next year and years to come, as people get acclimated to wrestling, and those newer fans become regular fans or routine fans and see what's going on, I think you'll get more storyline based winners for that SB award. But I'm cool with it right now, because of it's a new audience. This is the first year on the SB, so I'm cool with it.
I'm definitely fine with it. Honestly, when I saw it blowing up in the Game Runners earlier tonight, I was like, is it really that big of a deal?
True.
That was my initial thought process. I mean, and I don't mean is it big of a deal for WWE. I'm saying, is it really that big of a deal that, people to be upset that Roman Reigns won? Like, other than from a marketing standpoint, like both of y'all said, it was a real moment. Like, Kofi Kingston was booked to win the WWE Championship. Ronda Rousey was booked as strong as she was in her first year. Becky Lynch was booked to win both titles at WrestleMania. So you have manufactured moments versus somebody that had to be out and was supposed to be out for years with an S on the end and came back within months.
Mm-hmm.
That was a real moment. Like, people don't do that. You don't come back from leukemia that quickly. Leukemia ended his football career, and this is a all ACC defensive lineman. He couldn't get a job in the NFL. He barely got a job in the Canadian Football League. Like this thing is serious, you know. And for him to come back into action, we know the physical demand of WWE. We know the demand of the schedule. For him to come back after already going through that grueling schedule to being out and being able to return in months and still compete, you know, 100%, like it's unheard of. You know, so when it comes to best WWE moment, I think that people need to step out of your fanship for a second of certain people, or your dislike for certain people, or distaste for certain people, and realize like, hey, you know, this is a real moment. Like if it would have been a situation where you would have put Roman Reigns up against everybody else and it was Roman Reigns beats, you know, such and such for the Universal title, I'd have been like, yeah, give that to Kofi or Becky. But in this situation, like it really honestly was no competition. Like I expected that to be the winner.
Yeah.
Well, I know Mr. VIP also agreed with me, and I'm not going to go too in depth on what people have said, because if you're a member of our Game Runners group, then you can see all of these comments for yourself. But he said, and I quote, "I'm sorry, but one is a wrestling moment, and one is the guy's life. So yeah, it is the biggest moment. Kofi meant a lot as a wrestling figure. Roman could die. If anybody has ever had anybody die or affected by cancer, it's a huge moment." End quote. So yeah, actually, it was really a truly big deal, because there's so many people in this world who battle cancer, all shapes and forms of it, be it leukemia, be it breast cancer, be it pancreatic cancer. I mean, that's just to name a handful. I'm not even going to go into how many different cancers there are. Hodgkin's lymphoma. I mean, and like to have the courage to be able to do that so quickly, like that's incredible. I mean, that just shows the strength and determination of Joseph Anoy, and how he like really like truly lives his life. So I'm more than proud to say that he won that, and for this to be the first year and that to be one of the moments, I 100% agree that that was the right call. The fans voted correctly for that. Now next year, as Brittany was just saying before me, next year is anybody's ball game. We don't think that we're ever going to get a moment like that ever again. So the next years will be more of the telltale signs of the best moment voted on by the fans, and we'll have a little bit more exposure to, hopefully, as well. And that's my check on Thursday.
Big facts. Big facts. Big shout out to Lady Great One. Thank you so much for, you know, taking that topic and, you know, so eloquently facilitating that. Very Chris Paul-esque and whatnot.
Hey. Yep.
That's kind of the insider. We were talking before the show, and if you guys know Lady Great One is not a basketball fan. We were talking about the big blockbuster trade that went down between Chris Paul and Russell Westbrook. Of course, Russell Westbrook now going to the Houston Rockets. Chris Paul now going to OKC. And with me and Mr. Hot Tag having this back and forth conversation, Lady Great One is just like, okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, whatever. Let's talk about Roman.
Right, like I could care less.
Yeah. Oh please, y'all know if I was a basketball fan, this wouldn't be a wrestling podcast. If I was a basketball fan, you know that. Y'all know that. But I got to go where my heart lies, and like wrestling is very much at the forefront in the top 10 of my favorite sports, and NBA doesn't even amount to anything to me. But I still look at the trades. I like to hear what people are talking about and see what's going on. I'm just not a fan.
All good. Well, that's why we talking wrestling tonight.
It's all good. You know, this and that's what this podcast is for. This is for, you know, those folks that we all love wrestling, but you might not love the NFL. You might not love the NBA. You might not watch baseball. I know I sure as hell don't. You know, but hey, moving
But
right
I
along.
Let's go.
And you know, I know you two are huge baseball fans. I know Mr. Hot Tag himself. You're a Yankees fan, right?
Yes, sir.
I almost said a Mets fan, and I was like, you.
Don't disrespect it. Don't disrespect it.
It's a
but do you
big.
remember what team I'm a fan of?
Whoa, whoa. This is like the "You Want to Be a Millionaire" music playing in the back of my mind right now.
Right. Doom.
Uh,
Doom,
I
doom,
am gonna
doom.
step out on a limb. All right,
Doom, 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 doom.
and I'm going to say that you are a
Doom, 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 doom.
Boston Red Sox fan.
Oh my God.
Boom, boom,
Oh my
boom.
God. Oh my God. You
Pew.
know me as well as you thought you did. I am a Yankees fan, sir. Don't ever disrespect
I
my
didn't
New
want.
York Yankees.
I
Or
did
be a
not
Red
want.
Sox fan.
I didn't want to say Yankees. I knew Mr. Hot Tag was a Yankees fan, and I was like, I didn't want to assume that you were a Yankees fan too. But damn, I picked the worst team to say.
No, 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 no. As little as I do like the Boston Red Sox, I cannot stand the Los Angeles Dodgers. Cannot stand them. They are the worst team to me in the NFL, in the MLB. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do not like the Dodgers.
uh, go Braves. Yeah, I don't even know
Hey,
what
that's
the
my National League team.
I don't even know what the Braves record
Oh,
is right now. I haven't watched baseball. I went to an MLB game last year. That was the most baseball I watched in probably a decade. It was
hey,
lit.
to each.
It was lit. It was a fun experience, but you know, watching baseball to me is like watching grass grow. I can't, I can't do it. I can't do it. Um, but before we get too in deep and before I offend y'all a little too much, let's go ahead and jump right into this Extreme Rules card.
Yes.
So of course,
Yes.
WWE Extreme Rules is coming up this Sunday, uh, July 14th. Hell of a card. A lot of changes have been going on between the WWE main roster in the last couple of weeks. A lot of storylines leading up into this pay per view. Extreme Rules. I want to say this used to be one of Mr. VIP's favorite pay per views, if I remember correctly. I know he's not here to talk about it, but one thing that I already like from watching this is that we have some gimmick matches. You know, we got some matches that aren't just regular one-on-one matches. Um, so I'm actually kind of excited to see this pay-per-view. I don't know about you guys.
Oh yeah, most definitely, definitely excited to see this pay per view. A bunch of good matches ready to run through them and give our takes, hot tag takes on them for sure.
Big
I'm
facts.
definitely looking forward to it because, like you said before, like how you gonna have a pay per view and then like name it after one match and only have one of said match in the pay per view?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
That's where me and Mr. VIP definitely agree here, and he asked me to speak on his behalf if you haven't noticed. So,
mm-hmm.
yeah, because we agree on a lot of subjects, and this one was one. Like, how you gonna have an Extreme Rules pay per view and have one match with the Extreme Rules on it, and then everything else is just regular one on one match? Like, not even like a tag, tornado tag, not even something like different. You're just gonna have just that regular one Extreme Rules match, and everything else is just basic.
Yeah, man.
But I'm looking forward to this one. So let's go ahead and run down this card.
Big facts, big facts. So I'm gonna start from the bottom up. We got a Raw Tag Team Championship match going down. The Usos versus the Revival, rejuvenating this rivalry. Uh, the last couple of times that the Usos have been in championship matches, especially from the SmackDown side, they've come up big. In this instance, I am going to say that Usos are coming up short. The Revival is going to retain, and they are going to continue. to go on their run as Raw champions. Probably in the after SummerSlam.
I think you're absolutely right. I think the Revival are going to end up retaining. I think that the Usos have been on a roll. They're very. I love them on Raw. I love everything they've been doing on Raw. Probably with the exception of the Uso hot.
Uzi hot.
The Uzi hot. Yeah, I really wasn't feeling that one. But anyway, other than that, love the Usos and what they got going on Raw. But I think the Revival, or I'm picking the Revival to win. Big win too. I think this would probably be one of their biggest wins, even bigger than winning the tag team titles. So far to date. So, and to keep that momentum going, like you said, all the way into SummerSlam season.
Well, Swerves and Curves here showing up, and I'm going to have to disagree. I do think that the Usos will take it, mainly because there's so many heel teams right now that are waiting and chomping at the bit, and with the the top guys having the titles, that doesn't leave that many face teams left for them to fight. So I'm going to go from a classic booking point of view. And since we recently just had an appearance of the Street Profits, who doesn't want to see the Usos get into a verbal altercation with the Street Profits?
Oh, man.
I mean,
I'm
just saying, you got to rebuild the Raw tag team division. You got to start with the best tag team in the locker room. So you got to go with the Usos on that one. No offense to the Revival, but I'm taking Usos.
Okay. All right, next matchup. Last man standing match. Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. Keeping this rivalry going. This kind of started out a little slow for me as far as a rivalry. But in the last couple of weeks, especially with Braun Strowman totally spearing or tackling or whatever he did Bobby Lashley through the whole set. I'm now excited to see what lengths they're going to go to put one another down for 10 seconds in this match. If I'm going to go for my pick in this one, I can't go against Big Braun, man. That's the hometown hero. That's North Carolina. That's country strong. So I'm going that Bobby Lashley's going to take that L.
Oh, man. I absolutely love this rivalry. I agree with you. It kind of started out slow. May have something to do with kind of real injury problems on one of the guys, but I've liked what's been going on the past few weeks. I'm actually really, really looking forward to this match big time. And I know not too many people gonna like this, but that's why they call me Mr. Hot Tag. And I think it's gonna be a draw. I think just like Toya did on the last match, I'm gonna go into like a booking perspective, and I think both of these guys, in my opinion, are hot. I think they're really hot in backstage too, and I don't think any of the guys they want them to have an actual loss, especially with the magnitude of a last man standing. Like, think about that magnitude. Like, you didn't answer the 10 count, so I think something's gonna happen where both of the guys get knocked out and they can't answer the 10 count. But that's just me, Mr. Hot Tag, doing what he does best.
And you actually took the thoughts that were coming out of my head.
There you go.
Wow. Like, I was for real up here thinking about, like, okay, so what can we do to make neither one of them look weak and to end this, but not to make either one of them look weak in it. So, of course, like, the double count out, and neither one of them are standing at the end of the match. I just hope that nobody comes out yelling restart the match, because, of course, then that would do it. But I'm feeling a slight bit of maybe a Fiend might make an appearance.
Oh, man.
Little bit of mind games there.
Little bit. Just a little bit.
Little bit of help. Little bit of something. Maybe a friend, maybe a fiend.
Anticipation.
Oh yes. So yeah, I'm actually agreeing with him. I'm thinking this one is going to be a double count out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next match on the card. This one is going to be a banger. They've already had some fairly decent matches, some really good matches on Raw, but this is going to be the match of the night right here. Ricochet versus AJ Styles for the United States Championship. Honestly, I don't even care who wins this match. If I'm being honest, I could care less who wins this one. What I do
Yes.
want to see though is I want to see a lot of the cartwheel counters, a lot of the transitions, and I want to see a clean finish. Um, I'm thinking that this feud goes on for much longer than Extreme Rules. This is going to be my second feud that I say not feud, but second thing that I say is going to surpass SummerSlam. Um, I'm thinking you carry this one over into SummerSlam for some type of gimmick match, and I think that AJ Styles takes the title this go round.
That's interesting. Man, yeah, this match is going to be so dope. I can't wait. Dang, it's a toss up for me. I'm almost like you, but I think I'm gonna make a pick. Since you went that route, I'm gonna make a pick on this one, and I'm gonna go with Ricochet. I'm going to go with Ricochet actually getting two. I see them going 2 pay-per-views in a row, and I think Ricochet gonna win both of them. I'm going ahead and put my prediction out for the next pay-per-view.
Well, I have to say the winner in this one is the fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who wins. I don't care who loses.
Facts.
This match is the fan, so I'm picking the WWE Universe here. Because I can't pick against either one. I mean, like Miss AJ Styles has been like Mr. like carry all the weight on his shoulders, like the weight of the world is right there. I mean, AJ Styles has been everything since arriving in the WWE. And then you got the up and comer of Ricochet, who is absolutely incredible to watch. I love Ricochet. He's been one of my personal favorites ever since I saw him. And I don't want to have to pick, so I'm picking the WWE Universe because this is going to be match of the night.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next match on the card. This one's going to be another banger. It could be a close one. Nothing on the line here, but we get a main roster singles debut, and a very athletic, match in itself here. Aleister Black and Cesaro. Cesaro revealed himself to be the guy who was knocking on Aleister Black's door on Monday Night Raw. Not Monday Night Raw, on SmackDown. And he said that he's going to bring the fight. So in this instance, Cesaro has been kind of on a roll since leaving Sheamus in the dust. But Aleister Black has been having a lot of vignettes leading up into this moment. So with me, this one could go either way, but I think that Aleister Black takes this one.
Isn't it a good thing that a lot of these matches we're saying, like, man, this can go either way? When is the last time we've been able to say that for a pay-per-view? Like, we're this, but anyway, man, I'm going Cesaro, bro. Like, Cesaro, it's about it. Look, Cesaro is like the definition of start and stop, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. I think now, I've said this like 2 times before, but for real this time, this is Cesaro's time. He's about to start doing his thing, and I think it starts against Aleister Black.
I think that with Cesaro being the person that knocked on the door is great. We were looking for a fight, and we're going to get a fight, but I don't think that this will probably not be a one-off match. I think that they can continue this one through SummerSlam, as y'all have been putting every other match through SummerSlam. This is the one I'm putting through SummerSlam. So I think that this is just a start. I think that Aleister Black will win because this is like his singles debut. And for that reason only will he win, but it may not be clean. It may be by disqualification.
Imagine the strikes and just imagine the strikes we're gonna see in this match. Like the uppercut, the flying uppercuts versus the kicks. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait for this match.
I have been thinking about that since they announced it. Since I saw him answer the knock, saw him finally come and show himself, walking around the chair in that white suit 3 or 4 times, and all you see is his hand touching the chair. I was like, "Who is it? Oh my God, who is it? Who is it? Who is it?" And then to see Cesaro sit down, it was like,
I think this match is going to be one of those matches. I think this match is going to get the most moments from the crowd. Like, that I think this is the match that's going to get a lot of those moments. Just by the strikes, the power of the strike, those kicks, you're going to hear them all throughout the arena. The uppercuts, you're going to get throughout oh my goodness. You're going to see marks on their bodies at the end of this match, and I can't wait.
This is going to definitely be a hard hitter, like you said. The uppercuts, the knees and kicks, just the strikes in general. Oh, it's going to be. Oh my goodness, it's going to be great. It's going to be like a MMA fight almost.
Yeah.
Very much so.
All right, next match on the card: triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. You got the champions, the New Daniel Bryan and Rowan. You got the New Day, baby, and you got Heavy Machinery. Heavy Machinery riding a lot of momentum right now. Otis picked up a dub in a triple threat match involving Xavier Woods and Daniel Bryan earlier this week. So, with that being said, Heavy Machinery could come away with it. Third time to be a charm. But in my opinion, I don't think any of that happens. I think that Daniel Bryan and Rowan will retain these titles, and I think that Heavy Machinery will end up getting one more shot after this pay-per-view, and then I think that they're going to actually win the titles.
I'm going for, let's just run the whole damn show. New Day, baby! Let's get all the gold. All the gold, let's bring it to the New Day. You know the pancake fest we gonna have? If we have the tag team championship and the WWE, man, let me listen. Stop playing. I'm already thinking about it. Oh my goodness.
He said they're gonna get to touch their championship tips. Together.
Oh man, listen. You already know.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Lady Grey One, who you got in this one?
Well, you picked Rowan and the New Daniel Bryan. He picked the New Day. And I'm going for let's go ahead and just give everybody a pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick them Blue Collar Boys. I picked them the last time, but I think that there's a lot of something to them. So, hey, Tookie, let's get them championships, baby. Hey,
Blue Collar Solid. Really quick, man. My brother Wayne said the funniest joke at the last pay-per-view. He said that, he was talking about the way that Otis talks and his mannerisms. And he said it was almost like he's from just some planet of aliens where everybody talks like him. That's how everybody
no joke.
That's how everybody communicates with each other.
No joke. That's really how he sounds, though. That is spot on. That's really how he sounds.
Yo, man, next match on the card, man. Next match on the card. Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak making his first title defense on the pay-per-view against the former champion Tony Nese. Drew Gulak deserves this championship. I've been crying for Drew Gulak to win the Cruiserweight Championship for a while now. I don't think he's going to drop it this early. Tony Nese had a good little decent run, but this is Gulak's time. So I think Gulak is retaining here.
I second that motion.
I third that. Finally, we're not going to get a hot potato and have the Cruiserweight title be renamed the 30-day championship.
No. All right. We got a handicap match next on the card. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross 2-on-1 against Bayley for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Now, being that this is a 2-on-1 match, I don't know if this has been discussed. I don't know, if they've went over the rules and regulations of this. But could Nikki Cross not be the SmackDown Live Women's Champion if Nikki Cross was the one who pinned Bayley in this match?
I think in the booking eyes or the executive, the backstage view, I think that's where I would go. I would have it, Nikki get the pin, but Alexa becomes the champ to go into their feud. So that's how I see it. That's why I guess that answers who I'm picking. I'm picking Bayley to drop the title to quote unquote Alexa Bliss, but Nikki getting the cover. And I think that will lead into Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss feud.
I think that they will go into a feud after this one, but honestly, I got Bayley retaining the title here, and I have something happening in this match that's going to cause a rut between Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So I'm going Bayley retaining.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm going Bayley retaining this one. Lady Great One, who you got?
Alexa, let's play. Let's play. Let's play. I'm sorry, I had to do it. I'm up here, I'm bouncing around, I'm slapping my legs and everything. I'm getting all up into it. Alexa, let's play. Okay. But I know I've said this probably the last 3 pay-per-views. Sasha is coming. Sasha is definitely.
Gosh.
Yes, I know, but it could be a good way to continue the Sasha Alexa feud. It could be a good way to break off and finally have a Sasha Bayley feud. It could be a great way to break off and have a Sasha and Nikki feud. I mean, that's the wild card. That's just the X factor there. But I think I will agree with what Riddy said earlier, in which Alexa will only take the title from Nikki, but Nikki Cross will end up getting the pin on Bayley.
Okay. All right, so next match on the card. No holds barred tag team match. The Dead Man, the Big Dog, versus the Scottish Psychopath and the $1 billion best in the world himself, Shane McMahon. This Undertaker Roman Reigns tag team still doesn't make sense to me, but
they're the Graveyard Dogs.
Yeah.
The Graveyard Dogs.
It's their yard.
The Graveyard Dogs.
No, legit. Like, there is a T-shirt of them two right now, and it says the Graveyard Dogs on it.
They need to bury that in the grave itself. But I have a feeling somehow, some way that Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre are going to pull this one off. So I'm going to go for Shane and Drew winning this one.
Man, man, that's a good pick, bro. Like now you got me thinking about the scenario. That's a good pick.
While you're thinking, I'm going with what kind of ended last night or not last night, but Tuesday night on SmackDown, and I feel that Roman and the Undertaker are going to win this one with an assist from Kevin Owens, because Kevin and Shane are probably going to rekindle their feud again, and this will probably be the last time that we get to see. SummerSlam is going to be the last one where Shane McMahon will be on every freaking pay-per-view.
Shit.
Thank you for becoming the Stone Cold voice of the voiceless.
What about Cedric Alexander? Cedric Alexander came in first.
Yeah, but Cedric didn't speak. Cedric came out there and just started whipping some ass. And held behind that man. So, but yeah, I'm talking about like Kevin Owens is making it to where he's talking about how people like Buddy Murphy haven't gotten a minute of time since being called up to SmackDown because Shane McMahon is stealing all this time away from these other guys. So, yeah, the next phase is for Shane to transition over to Kevin Owens, and that's where you logically need to go from there, because Kevin's going to help Roman and the Undertaker.
Well, I got it. Probably won't go this way, but I got it as a squash match. I don't think it's going to be that long. I think Taker, Roman, go over, short match, have a good celebratory situation together in the crowd for the fans. Next match.
Okay, no problem. Next one on the card, we got the world title matches left. All right, last time, I always switch it up. So last time I went with Kofi last, I believe. So we're going to go with Kofi first this time. Kofi defending the title against Samoa Joe. I don't think that they've had a very long time to kind of build this feud, but Kofi did make it interesting by trying to get in Joe's head before Joe could get into his head. And the flipping him off was just kind of iconic because that's very un-Kofi-like. So I'm definitely going to go with Kofi retaining the title in this one. And with Riddy's pick of the night, you're hearing this one here first, Brock Lesnar's cashing in on Kofi Kingston. This is going to be the end of Kofi. This is going to be the end of Kofi Mania at Extreme Rules.
Oh, wow. Oh, I did not see that coming. That came straight out of the
changed everything I was about to say. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Wow. Wow.
Now I kind of agree with that. What I was going to say was I believe I do agree that it's going to be the end of Kofi Mania. I think that Samoa Joe is in line to be the next champion, as he should be in my eyes. But man, Brock cashing in on Kofi, I think would be dope. And I still will go with Samoa Joe beating Brock at SummerSlam. So in other words, I agree with what you said, but then I think Samoa Joe gets a match with Brock at SummerSlam and beats him.
See, you almost had me. You threw in the monkey wrench when you talked about Brock cashing in. You almost had me. You almost had me convinced. But I'm thinking that Kofi Mania will live on, and it will live on through SummerSlam. But I don't think that Brock will necessarily cash in yet. At least not there. But I'm going with Kofi going over on Joe on this one. But it does make sense with what you said. I see it, but then again, I don't see it.
Last match on the card. All right, Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, Jonathan is gonna love this one.
Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch
Yes.
defending the titles in
Say it.
a last chance winner take all mixed tag team
Against who?
against Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans
Yes. Yes.
for both the Universal and the Raw Women's Championship.
Say it again. Say it
No
again.
matter who gets pinned, if Becky or Seth get pinned, they both lose their titles.
Yes. It's happening.
This is about to be something that probably will never hear
It's
on the Marksmen Amongst
happening.
Friends podcast again. So
It's happening.
I think that you out your damn mind if you think I'm gonna pick Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are not losing to these guys. It's over. It's not happening. They are not. You are not going to see Baron Corbin as Universal Champion. Never. Never.
It sounds like you're trying to convince yourself that this is not gonna happen. It is set up perfectly, bro.
And that's why
It
it's
is
not
set
gonna
up
happen.
perfectly.
It's set up too perfectly. It's too predictable.
This is what I was
But
going to
that's-
say before your prediction for the Kofi match was Corbin will be their next Universal Champion because Brock music will hit and cause Seth or Becky to be distracted and get that pin. It's going to be a cheap way, but Baron Corbin is walking out of Extreme Rules. Yes! As the next Universal Champion. Yes! I feel
Brock Lesnar is out with both the Raw Women's Championship and the Universal Championship. It's a winner take all match, right?
yes.
Brock Lesnar's out with both of those titles. Brock's
No,
gonna have
I don't. Yeah, I'm not saying he's gonna do both. I'm saying that's what I was gonna say before agreeing with Jay on the Kofi matches. I originally mark that out. If you scratch that out, this is what I originally gonna think Brock was gonna make an appearance. It's just his music hitting and distracting Seth or Beth and getting distracted and Corbin getting a cheap pin. That's how I feel like it's gonna happen. But however, that's how I really feel it's gonna happen.
or like I said, Brock winner takes all. So Brock wins both titles.
Great. Woo, that would be. Woo, you talk
That would be
about
hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
firestorm.
Brock would never win. I mean, Brock would never lose the women's championship. I'm sorry.
He would never, they would have to get at least half of the men's locker room and the whole women's locker room to get that title off of Brock. You know what I would
But
love?
no, but seriously though, I'm going to say before we get into it, let me go ahead and actually make my pick here. I feel the same way that you do. Chill on this one. There's going to be some music hit, but I don't think it's going to be Brock's. I think it's going to be a distraction, and you're going to hear that I don't give a damn about my bad reputation.
Oh wow!
I think it's going to be Ronda's music. I think Ronda's music is going to hit, and Lacey is going to hit that woman's right on Becky and get the pin. I think that Ronda Rousey is going to be coming back because SummerSlam is coming up. I think that that's what it's going to be. So that way we can actually get a one-on-one match between Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey.
Like it.
But not for a title.
I like it. I was just sitting here laughing to myself, thinking like, what if Brock's music did hit, and we're trying to move? You know, the consensus is they're trying to move towards a more teen audience, and they've been doing a lot more cursing. We've seen them curse. We've seen them, emasculate poor Mike Bennett or Mike Kanellis, excuse me. We seen Kofi throw up a middle finger. Everything is going back to the teen era, the attitude era, except for one thing. We have not seen a woman get attacked yet by a male superstar.
Right, true.
How big of a moment and how big would this kill for a feud if maybe I was wrong with Brock coming out during Kofi's match? What if Brock comes out and F5's Becky Lynch?
Holy shoot. That would be...
Yeah.
That right there would be money. But let me ask you, if he does that, what's the follow-up? Like, does Seth lose the title because he's checking on, does he walk out and chase Brock? Like, what's the fallout?
I think
I love it.
If you do it, then you've got to have Becky and Seth win the championship. They have to win the Extreme Rules match. Brock comes out as if he's going to cash in on Rollins.
Okay.
Rollins grabs a chair, has a chair in hand, he's ready. Becky gets out of the ring before Brock gets down there, starts jumping off at the mouth, F5. And now Seth Rollins is like just on a whole new mental state for the next few months until he can finally get his hands on Brock.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I actually do like that. That can really happen.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen that, but I don't think that this is actually the right time. But this is mixed tag Extreme Rules, so therefore the women could fight the men, right?
You could see Becky Lynch catch that whatever Baron Corbin does.
Deep six, baby. It's gonna happen. Yes.
That deep six. She's already put the disarmor on. She already put that on Mike Kanellis.
Listen.
So if Becky is the man and she can take an F5 from Brock, that will truly cement her as the man.
First, yeah, that will put her super over. I think she should
take
be solidified as the female Stone Cold Steve Austin of this generation.
But once again, I still like the way that I said the scenario was going to go. I think that Ronda's music is going to hit and she's going to come bull rushing down to the ring and she's going to get Becky and Seth distracted and then she's going to get hit with a woman's right, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Lacey Evans and Barry Corbin win.
I have a request for John, for Jay. Once Baron Corbin becomes your new WWE Universal Champion, I think you should lead off next week's show with his music and introducing him accordingly as your WWE Universal Champion. That's just a request. I'm just throwing that out in the cloud.
You know what? That probably will never happen in the next. I'm going to be real with you, because I can make that promise to you right now and say I'll do it. But
and then the day of,
I'll be like, hell no.
But here's the thing, though. You've got a witness. You got a witness. So I would make you adhere to that.
Listen,
I would make you adhere to it.
I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna make him do it, because I think it will agonize him enough that he will see it. If it happens, the sure pain and the facial expression that he will have, that I know he would have, is going to do me good. To know that he's going to wake up Monday you know how you wake up and you just initially forget about yesterday, just for a moment, like, damn, Baron Corbin is the WWE Universal Champion. And Raw comes on tonight, and I bet you he's gonna. That right there is going to do me justice enough to know how he feels when Baron Corbin really does raise that championship and is a champion. I don't care if he loses it the next night on Raw. The fact that Jay's gonna have to see Baron Corbin be introduced as the Universal Champion. Oh yes, that's it. I'm good. Thank you very much. Good night.
Never happened. Never, ever. Ever. In a million years.
Don't forget, this is a world where you could never say never, dog. Never say never. If you start saying never, that's when stuff happens. And
Never.
desperate times call for desperate measures, man. So, yeah, you might have to get used to saying it. You may not like it.
Practice it real quick. The new WWE champion is who?
Say the new universal piece of trash or something like that. Baron Corbin. He's gonna try some way to not make it the outcome that it actually is, or he will just turn his social media off and run and hide. It's gonna be something. I can just see his face right now, and
he won't duck. He'll take it. It's just he ain't gonna like it.
No, you're gonna have to give him at least a good 48 hours before we see him pop up on social media.
He will not. He definitely won't be in the game, brothers. It's not gonna happen.
You're gonna try to pull up my page and you're gonna say trouble finding this person, trouble loading page for at least 48 hours. I'm turning everything off.
I'm blowing your inbox up with nothing but Baron Corbin.
When you get back into the group, and that if Baron Corbin does win, and you get back into the group, and you see that new cover photo, there's going to be Baron Corbin holding up that daggone title with Lacey Evans by that side, holding up her title. I don't want to hear a thing. When I change the page, you know.
I'm turning off everybody's admin status. I'm turning off everybody's admin status.
All right, I'm done messing with you.
I don't think you can do that, sir.
It's gone. Oh my goodness. Whew. I don't think that I could be ready for that, man. I don't think that I'll ever be mentally prepared to see that, because I've had so much hatred invested into Baron Corbin that I just having times in the past where I've given him props for improving his skill and, you know, having a fairly decent match. That's as far as it's gonna go. Like I'm never. No.
He is the top heel in the company. He gets more heat than everybody. He's hated, just like you hate it. You hate him. He's hated just like that by everybody.
I think Shane McMahon is the top heel in the company. Shane has surpassed that, especially with the great. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry to sidetrack real quick. All this AEW talking, everybody was talking about how great a promo Cody cut, you know, just before their last pay-per-view, which was a dope promo. It was great. Mm-hmm. Kevin Owens, I think that's to go up there as promo of the year as well. Kevin Owens put heat on Shane. Shane already had that heat. But I mean, now it's like astronomical. Like, Shane is not going to be able to hold a microphone to his mouth without getting, you know, that real, we don't want you here heat.
and it's gonna be lovely. And that's all. Kevin Owens needs. He's gotten a lot of props, but I think he needs the same type of props Cody got for his promo, for that promo that he did on SmackDown. But that's just me.
Okay. I can see it.
The emotion, the realness of it, you bring in, man, I just loved it. That was real. I liked it. I loved it.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely put it up there. I mean, it was definitely a great promo. And it definitely did come from the heart. Face Kevin Owens just doesn't seem genuine to me. He can if he can walk that fine line like Austin did of being a tough SOB as a face, but
Anti-hero.
yeah, the anti-hero, so to speak. But I can't take him seriously doing the stunner. I think that's the only thing that I've hated since he's come back. He's still as great as he's ever been. You see he's in better shape than he was before he left. But can we stop with this Stone Cold Stunner on Kevin Owens, please?
Yeah, I still like the pop-up power. I think if they're gonna make him like a face, but like want to tote that line, I think they should do exactly what he did on SmackDown. Like have him in like a hoodie and just come in interrupting matches. You know what I'm saying? And pop up power bombing people instead of the stunner. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just like show up, wreck shit, and leave. For a few weeks in a row. Get chased out the building. For a few episodes. And I think that'll help. And then just random people. It can be anybody, not just target heels. It just be anybody, any match. Just come out the crowd in this hoodie on and pop up power bomb, bam, and then leave. I mean, that's how I would do it.
Well, I think that with Kevin Owens trying to transition into this whole anti-hero voice of the voiceless, I have to keep throwing that in there because he is trying to speak up for the voiceless people there who have just, as I stated before, had been earlier just like not getting that TV time. And you could tell that shit had really been bothering him. You can see it in his eyes. You saw it before he even went out and started doing his matches. Like, he didn't look like he was really having fun being a heel anymore. Like, yeah, I've done this for so long. I want to try something new. I gotta refresh. I gotta reinvent myself. And what better way to do it than to speak up for those who can't speak for themselves? So I think it's quite refreshing, actually.
Yeah, but he powerbombed Machine Gun Kelly through a table off the stage. You don't get much more heel than that. You put Sami Zayn on the shelf the first week.
First night. Yeah, first week, yeah.
You beat up John Cena your first debut on the main roster. Like, I get it. You want to do something different, man, but it's just like you're a bad guy in my mind. Like, no matter what you do, like, you're heel. Your music is too heel to be face. Like, nah, man, fam. I'm straight on that.
Well, I disagree.
I'm good on that. I'd rather Sammy go back face.
Oh God, no.
I think it's funny. I think it's genius that he's heel because the music. I'm glad that they didn't change his music, and it's like his music is so happy-go-lucky, and then he comes in and shits on you. Perfect. I absolutely am in. I don't know why, but every time Sami Zayn's music comes on, ever since he's been a heel, I just die laughing because it's like to me. I don't know if they make it like that or they see it. To me, it's like the ultimate fuck you to the fans. Like, This is happy-go-lucky music that all you guys just love to sing, and I know you're gonna sing along with it. And I am going to shit on your city and shit on you people. I think it's genius.
As the longer that I got, the more I got to see Sami Zayn as a heel, the less and less that he annoyed me that he was a heel, because I always thought like, okay, Sami Zayn is supposed to be the face between the two, and Kevin Owens is supposed to be the heel. Oh, okay, wait, now they're both heels. Oh, okay, wait, let's flip again, and let's go ahead and keep Sami as a heel and make Kevin the face, because not the way it goes. It's typically Sammy's the face and Kevin's the heel. Sammy's the face, Kevin's the heel. They're heel together, and now they're going to be face of, one's going to be face and one's going to be heel, and it's not going to be the same one as the roles reversed. So, yeah, I just really think that is now or never, really. Let him go ahead and give it a try. We're just seeing small pieces of it, and I think he can really embrace that tightrope line between the tweener role. He doesn't have to go full blown John Cena face, but he can walk that Stone Cold CM Punk-esque tweener, because he's doing the same things that both those guys do. You just shitting on him because his name is Kevin Owens.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I guess with that being said, we can jump into our final thought. Because I think this will be one that we definitely can spend a little more time on. Because I think we can fill up a whole show on our opinions of Kevin Owens. Will he make a good face or not? But yeah, let's jump right into this final thought. For me, this is going to be not really wrestling related. And this is going to be from a post that Lady Great One made on Facebook, her and Mr. VIP. Of course, you guys know, if you listen to the show, we are from North Carolina. We are all North Carolinians. I am rooting for everybody from North Carolina. And one of the big things that's going on social media right now is Cardi B, who's one of the hottest female artists right now in rap, giving a shout out to North Carolina's very own Rhapsody, which is somebody who actually Lady Great One and I have met multiple times personally before she blew up. So just to have that shout out to Rhapsody, definitely big ups to her and to all of those under the Jamla and Ninth Wonder moniker out there.
Hell yeah, for real. That's real big ups. That's big. I'm happy for that. I'm happy for all of Rhapsody's success.
All right. And
I couldn't agree more. Not to mention the shout out that Method Man gave to Cooley High while he was talking to Rhapsody.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
So gotta give that love right there too. But my final thought is just gonna be I hope that everybody had a happy and safe 4th of July. And all I have to say is, coming up in a couple of weeks, it's Leo season, baby. So yes, your girl's gonna be turning up this month. This is my birth month, and let this be the one and only time I'm gonna mention that, because I don't like to make things more about me. I try to do more for everybody else. But yeah, that's my final thought.
Man, I just hope everybody have a great weekend, man. It's just, tomorrow. I just hope everybody have a great weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. I'm in a great mood, man. Just want to reciprocate that energy to everybody listening, and to my two comrades right here. You know what I'm saying? Just giving off great vibes, great energy. It's going to be a dope pay-per-view this Sunday with a bunch of dope matches that we went back and forth on and decide, toss in there who's going to win or whatever like that. So it's always a good thing. So my final thought to close is just everybody have a fun, safe weekend, and let's do it again next Thursday.
Damn straight, damn straight. Well, all right, y'all. Once again, that'll wrap up the episode. It's been another episode of Marking Out Amongst Friends V podcast. If you guys are listening to us on YouTube, make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you guys don't have YouTube, once we post this link, you can catch us on player.fm. You can also catch us on iTunes. You can also catch us on the Google Podcast app. Just go to the Play Store, search Google Podcast, download the app, search Marking Out Amongst Friends, the podcast, hit follow. Listen to us, listen live, like and subscribe, baby. But before we go home, you know what it's time to do. Chill P, what time is it? What we gonna do?
It's time to hit our damn music.
He looks like a fan.
Marking out.
He was marking out, man.
450 off the top with the top. Leader of the new school, ain't no way to stop us. Mark it out, screaming loud, tell me who you with. Competition is none, cause we lunatics. Walk with me down these roads if you're all in. I love the feeling, baby, time to go to work again. Come together like a fist and we do it proud. Light it up and burn it down, cause we marking out.